good evening. As you can tell by my hand, I'm acting. I've noticed that Downton Abbey is receiving a lot of praise, shall we say. Correct, Jeff?
That is correct.
So Jeff and I have decided to pretend to be upper-class English people in the hope of getting an award. Isn't that right, Jeff?
Would it kill you to give us an award?
Yeah. I mean, we come here every night. We've both got American passports. Couldn't we have at least a crikey dingo Lemmy? We're not asking for anything important like, well, I don't know if there are any important ones. A knighthood, that would be nice. Would you like a knighthood, Sir Geoffrey Peterson?
Oh, yes, I would.
Ah, and I would be Lord Ferguson of Burbank.
I would be Lord Bonypants of Shuckton.
I like it. I like it very much. I like it so much I've decided to declare war on Germany. Father, you're drunk with power and gin. So, Jeff Ree Peterson, Sir Bony Trousers of Grumbleweed. Have you been watching Downton Abbey?
Oh, yes, very much so.
I do enjoy it. Unfortunately, though, most people in America are like, what crikey you talking about? Well, it's a show that's very popular with television critics, correct?
That is correct.
And there's very good actors in it. Now, how do you know actors are good? They are British. Or even better, they pretend to be British, like that fellow at the Golden Globes. What was his name? Madonna.
The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson, sponsored by Citibank. Write your story with the new City Simplicity card. Get started at citysimplicity.com. Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Ferguson.
Great, that was great, spectacular, thank you. That was really awesome, very believable. I think, actually, I feel tingling in my genitals. Oh, that's what it is. That was a very enthusiastic, warm hand. And if you know me, you know I enjoy an enthusiastic, warm hand. Especially when I come out. See what I'm doing here? I'm saying things that are quite normal, but also dirty. That's kind of my thing, you know. Oh, thing! Ah, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, thanks. It's a great day for America, everybody. Yes, it is. Very special birthdays today of two women whom I adore. A gorgeous, beautiful Zooey Deschanel, it's her birthday today, and my darling girlfriend Betty White, who is 90 today. Happy birthday. Betty. Betty, now, Zoe Deschanel, Betty White, very different, of course. One's a perky little chick who all the hipster guys want to sleep with. The other one's Zoe Deschanel. But see what I did? You see what I did? Turned it around, you see?
He'll be here all you turned it around.
I turned it around. Now, that's my two things that I do. I turn things around and I say normal things which could be construed as rude. For example, ooh, look at your penis. You know, it is a dark day on the internet, literally. There's dozens of websites on the internet that just went dark a few minutes ago because we're live. And let me tell you... No, you know, the big sites like Wikipedia, they're protesting that bill that's before Congress. And I know what you're thinking. Craig, if Wikipedia is dark, who'll supply America with bogus facts and gross misinformation? Why are you talking a little bit like Shatner? I don't know. I feel like talking a little bit like Shatner. Do you ever just feel like talking like Shatner?
Sometimes I do. Yeah.
Who's going to supply us with the misinformation? Don't worry. I'm up to the challenge because I play the harp and have 3 nipples. According to Wikipedia. I used to say that and they took it down, but it's weird because I used to tease Wikipedia because I said, you say I've got 3 nipples and I play the harp. I do have 3 nipples and I do play the harp. With my nipples. Anyway, the bill's called SOPA, S-O-P-A, stands for Stop Online Piracy Act. That's boring. What should it stand for, Jeff?
Super Original Penis Art.
Nice! What about Slap Oprah's Perfect Ass?
Sanctuary of Purple Ascots.
See over penis, America?
Sexy ornithological porn actress.
That was good. Anyway, the SOPA bill is aimed at going after pirates. You know, not old school pirates that go, the pirate, and the thing. No, the modern pirates, you know, who use the hard drives. I talked a bit like a pirate, even although it was a modern pirate.
You're a right funny one,
You know, personally, I'm a bit torn about this SOPA bill. On the one hand, I think the bill threatens free speech, the bedrock on which this country is founded. And on the other hand, it's supported by Viacom, which owns CBS. And I'm a whore, so... You know, SOPA cooked up the bill is cooked up by big studios who want larger fines for websites connected with piracy. You know, because people wonder how Hollywood, why Hollywood makes such crappy movies and TV shows. It's because they spend all their time preventing people from stealing the crap they've already made, and because they're all high on cocaine. Which is not true for legal reasons. Ga-dung, 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 ga-dung. Anyway, going after the pirates makes the tech companies nervous. This SOPA bill could make every company hosting a website legally responsible for every link on that website. And the tech companies argue that the internet is so massive, no law can change everyone's behavior. It's like trying to use your finger to stop a leaky dike. Like in Holland! Holland was threatened by a monstrous ocean rise, and a brave little Dutch boy went out and stuck his finger in a dike and saved his country. Right? Right. But oh no, all you see is some kind of stupid innuendo. Although, there is a website.
Oh, yeah, I've been on it.
What?
I've been there.
Where?
The website.
Whose website?
Leaky Dykes.
He can't say that? He can't say it? It's not even a real website! Oh, it could be, it could be. Well, it's not! What if I said the word Snargleburger? Oh, it's not a real word, but it might be a real word. It might be a real word that means vagina. Then what are you gonna do? What a very attractive Snargleburger you have. Actually, it might be a real word.
Oh, my.
Ooh, how dare you talk about my Snargleburger in front of the servants? You're a disgrace to Downton Abbey.
I should pull up my pantaloons and leave at once.
I should hope you would pull them up before you leave. The servants would chatter. They would chatter incessantly if you walked down the hallway with your Snarfleburger all over the place.
I seem to have a leaky dyke. If you wouldn't mind volunteering your finger.
I'm afraid I can't help you. I've got very stubby fingers. They're not good for stopping things up.
Very well, then, I bid you adieu.
Then I bid you adieu. Man, this show is worse than usual tonight. You want to do the commercials?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all right, then.
Coming up after the break, Craig's power animal name revealed, plus more strained attempts at total mediocrity.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the show, everyone. The show which is a little bit like Downton Abbey. Isn't that correct, Lord Bony Trousers of Reno?
That is correct.
Thank you. Now, please, go downstairs and remove your trousers.
I can't move, you bastard.
I'm sorry I forgot you lost your trousers in the war.
And my legs.
I lost my hat.
Balls.
Oh, touché. You all right, Jeff?
I'm pretty good, pal. That was my best interpretation of a train noise.
Yeah. Let's try it again.
Sure.
Yeah. I think we're going to need to get you a new whistle. What time is it, Jeffrey Pearson?
It's tweet mail time. That moment of quiet repose before this steam engine of a show derails entirely.
Mode. Oh, smooth. This is from Frank in Philadelphia. You ever been in Philadelphia?
Oh, yes,
Got a
I
little
love
place there, maybe
Philly.
like go swim and enjoy Philly cheesesteak, perhaps. It's Geno's or Pat's?
Yeah,
Geno's or Pat's? That's in Philly.
I think so. I think.
All right. Frank says, Dear Craig or Jeff, and Jeff, or Jeff, Dear Craig and Jeff, anybody who's paying attention, on last night's show, I noticed discarded emails on the ground, but there weren't any emails on the show. What happened? Oh, it's a very simple explanation. What happened is we did the email section of the show last night, and then Lucy Liu was the guest, and I chatted for a while, and then afterwards, even although we were live, Michael said to me, well, the show is too long. And I said, well, what would the audience rather see? Lucy Liu for an extra segment, or me talking to Achtung, appliance? I hope that clears it up for you. Does it clear up for you, Jeff?
Yeah, it clears it up for me.
Clears it up for Jeff. Right, this is from Morgan in Mount Vernon, New York. You ever been to Mount Vernon,
I
New
love
York?
Mount Vernon. It's a beautiful, beautiful place.
Is where Washington's place was, Mount Vernon?
Sure it is.
Yeah. You mean George Washington?
Yes, I believe that's the one. Yes, that chap.
Yes, wasn't George Washington an American?
If he wasn't, he chopped down the cherry tree, if I remember.
How terribly unfortunate.
It's quite sad. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I enjoy cherries as much as the next man. And by cherries, I mean the testicles of another man.
Well, naturally.
Naturally, of course.
Yes, of course.
Oh, my tie, sorry. This is Morgan. Dear Craig, Jeff, and Secretariat. Who sat at the door? All right. Dear Craig, Jeff, and Secretariat. Morgan says, I've been dating my boyfriend for more than a year now, and he swears he's straight, but I have my doubts. What should I do? Jeff?
I'll ask him if he likes cherry trees.
Yeah. Oh, wow, wait, hang on a second. This is weird. This is from Sharon in Victoria, British Columbia. You know, up in Canada, up there, up the north there.
It's right over there, yeah.
Yeah. Dear Craig and Jeff, I apologise to those who are not Downton Abbey fans. It's about Downton Abbey. But do you think Mr. Bates and Anna will ever find happiness together? Oh, don't be absurd. Terribly unfortunate thing to say. Bates and Anna, why they go together like custard and bacon.
I perish the thought. What a silly notion.
Yes, I tell you, it's ridiculous. And lower orders and... This is from Trent in Denton in Texas. You ever been to Denton, Texas?
Sure, I loved it. It's fantastic there. The good ribs.
You know ribs. He's a skeleton. He's a skeleton. That's why it's a joke. Although if you have to explain it, it's not a joke. Hey, Craig and Jeff, I get the feeling my parents might be getting divorced, and I think they should. Is it the wrong thing to encourage them? No, just as long as you realise it's your fault. Of course it is. This is from Samuel in St. Louis, Missouri, or Missouri, depending on which way you say it. Look, don't drag me into this argument. Hey, Craig and Jeff, I plan to go backpacking around Europe this summer. Any places I have to see in particular? Why, I'd see Downton Abbey. Correct, Jeff?
Absolutely correct.
Yes, and I'd avoid anywhere there were French people. This is from Erin in Arvada in Colorado, who says, Dear Craig and Jeff, what advice do you have for college students? That's definitely yours, Jeff.
Get out now.
This is from Carl in Charlottesville, Virginia. He says, Dear Craig and Jeff, my teenage son was listening to a new band and I found it to be awful. Is this a sign I'm getting old? No, not at all. Why, I think lots of new bands are awful, but then, of course, I'm getting old. How do you know you're getting old? Because your cherries dangle low from the tree. If you imagine a cherry tree with low dangling fruit, that's the old cherry tree. Am I correct, Jeff?
Oh, you are correct, sir.
Yeah. And when I say cherries...
We'll be here all night, folks. Try to be.
I'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the show. My first guest tonight is in a fantastic movie, a British movie. It's in theatres now. It's called Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Please welcome the adorable Colin Firth, everybody. Colin Firth. Wow.
That was as English a greeting as you could get.
Well, it was good. I liked it because I went to hug you and I could see you were very uncomfortable with it, so I decided to go in a little bit closer and give you the full groin rub.
No, that was a piece of English emotional landscape you just got there.
I don't think the English are that cold. I think the English think they're cold, but they're not really. I've found English people to actually be very warm and friendly.
Very, very early in the interview.
No, I'm serious. I lived in England for a number of years, and the whole myth of Scottish-English hatred, which I've perpetuated myself on many occasions, it's not really
No,
true.
it is a myth. And I think the English are very passionate, complicated, perverted people. I don't think they're not...
Passionate, complicated, perverted, and promiscuous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting. You travel the world, and the stereotypical Englishman, if you ask somebody, the first thing off their head will be, remember the royal family, a man with a bowler hat and an umbrella.
Right.
And they start to get a bit... There's this short circuit when you remind them about Keith Richards, Johnny Rotten, Sid.
Right, yeah.
You know.
Well, that's what I thought. You remember there was a movie called King Ralph where John Goodman taught English people how to rock?
Yes.
And I was thinking... Hey, well, the Beatles and the Stones don't know how to rock? What the hell is this?
No, well, they do. I mean, they need chemicals, usually. To help them across that threshold. But they're all too ready to take that leap. And, you know, when I was growing up, nobody in my school thought when I grew up, I want to be like the Duke of Edinburgh.
Do you want to be like the Duke of Edinburgh?
Not really, no. I mean, I was probably a bit like the Duke of Edinburgh,
Well,
but I pierced the ears and learned to play guitar. That was the fantasy. I mean, it's hard to believe now, but I was quite sort of dangerous and, you know...
I think, listen, all this there's Downton Abbey fever running across America right now. I mean, you were doing well here before, but now...
I know.
They'll give you another Oscar just for being English.
I think it's... And it wouldn't. I think they already did that.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's fair. No, you're a very good actor, even though you've got the added advantage of being English. See, I think American critics are very intimidated by English actors, so they go, oh, he's really good, isn't he?
Yes.
Not that you're not good, you are good.
I've fallen foul of one or two critics that haven't fallen for that. I have to say.
No, I don't think it's a trick with you. I think you're a very good actor, really I do, even although you're English.
Bless you.
And there's no aggression. Now, are you living in England? You don't live in England anymore.
I do. No, I live. I've stayed in the mother country for better or worse. But my wife is Italian, so a lot of time gets spent there.
They're not cold people at all.
No, they're. No, I could do with a medium temperature sometimes.
Yes. I've met some Italian ladies.
Oh yes. Yeah. Well,
I mean, it's worth it. Though.
Yeah, it is.
It's worth it.
Yeah, well, I mean, they do have just about everything that you could expect. You know, it's the Garden of Earthly Delight.
Right, exactly. So all 4 seasons in one day.
You've got absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, just the food alone, you know, and you go for Christmas there and you start eating and you've got no reverse gear at all on that. So it's, you know.
You're in good shape. You don't have to worry about that.
It's a slimming colour. It's hiding the post-Christmas contours. Yes.
Oh no, come on. Do you do all of that? Do you have a strict workout regimen?
It's not very strict, and it's not really a regimen.
That would be a no then. I'm thinking.
I eat a lot, and I'm one of these people that sort of leaves the last bit of cheeseburger on the edge of the plate just to feel that I haven't completely enough.
Yeah. I can't do that. I would eat your last bit of little cheeseburger.
Well, I'd probably eat yours too, as long as I'd left something in this.
That's true. Other people's plates, no calories.
Yeah, fries off other people's plates.
It's absolutely, I get it. Were you at the Golden Globes on?
Yeah, I was, yes.
That was awesome, wasn't it? I didn't see it, but it looked great. You enjoy these?
Awesome, but the guy that didn't see it is the
Well, you know, I read that it was great.
It was, and actually I was there. There wasn't a huge amount of pressure, other than our friend Ricky, you know, what he might or might not do, which I actually think adds a wonderful frisson.
It gives a certain edge to it.
Yes,
he'll probably win an award.
Yeah, I mean, why not? And I mean, you could open an envelope and say whatever you want, probably. If
yeah.
In fact, when I presented Best Actress, and I told my 8-year-old, said, "Why are you going to America this time?" And I said, "Well, one of the things I'll do is to present at the Golden Globes." And he said, "Well, can't you just present it to yourself?" and actually, I just thought, what would stop a person doing that?
You could just say, I can't believe it. I've won.
It's astonishing. That's right.
Oh, man, I wish I'd have done that. I once gave a Grammy to Katy Perry. I should have kept it from that bitch.
Why not?
We have to take a break. It's one of the things we do here in America.
It's a pity. Okay, no.
Commercials.
Really?
Yes. Not like the BBC here, you know.
God, you old tart. Okay.
Yes, no, we whore ourselves out to the highest bidder. Who are the highest bidders? Take a look. Welcome back, everybody. So that's the point in the movie. Just after that point, you go nuts, shoot up the place, and then there's a car chase out of there.
That's it. It's all working up to the moment that would really sell this film.
Listen, I don't think that. I want to see this film because I remember the television series in Britain with Sir Alec Guinness. He played George Smiley, didn't he?
Played Smiley.
And now it's Gary Oldman that's playing him, right?
That's right, and it's masterful what he does.
He's a fantastic actor, I think, Gary Oldman.
There's nobody better. This is a very easy film for me to promote in a way because I don't have to be insincere, which I usually do. You know,
that's never going to work in Hollywood, Colin. You know that.
Well, I do it very well. I just don't have to this time. I'm in the film little enough for it, you know, not to sound like special pleading. And I do think his performance is masterful. I think the whole thing it's not absurd to call it a masterpiece. This is a beautiful piece of cinema.
It's brave, though, as well, to take a role that's so famous by Sir Alec Guinness, who was like, you know.
But what he did was legendary. The book is legendary. I mean, it's an intimidating process every step of the way. It's very wordy. It's very complicated. You know, it's for people who love crosswords and puzzles. This is, you know, and mystery and danger and everything associated with the Cold War. It's sexy from that. You know, it's a thinking person's piece.
Yeah. Thinking people who enjoy sex.
There are such creatures, I understand.
I think that the thought process is the most exciting part of it half the time.
Oh, yeah, and it's like...
Especially if you're on your own.
It's like yeah, absolutely. Well, on your own it's fine. I think it's Woody Allen that said, you know, I think sex on your own is with someone you love. And,
yes, yeah.
I think he said sex between two people is a beautiful thing, and between five it's fantastic.
Yeah. Can't argue with any of that.
No, I think Gary he's one of the few people who's, even when I was young, and we were both young, I was willing to look at him and think, he's one of my heroes, he's one of the best. But you don't do that when you're 20.
No, I know. I remember thinking that about Gary Oldman as well, because he has this ineffable, strange quality that whenever he's... you know what I think of him? It's like when I used to watch Kenny Dalglish playing soccer, and I thought, the minute he gets anywhere near that goal, I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah.
No, so there's an adrenaline rush.
He's lethal. He's a bit... And we've seen him do stuff which is pyrotechnic, crazy.
Right.
You know, and this one is a sort of... It's all lurking there. You know, George Smiley is a civilized, quiet man. He's the man who, you know, John le Carré describes him as a man basically who would disappear into the crowd, which makes him even more dangerous because he's like a leopard hiding in the undergrowth. And then the steel comes out, you know, in the sort of second half of the film. And you think, don't mess with this guy.
Yeah, you can't hide a leopard in a crowd. That's...
Am I mixing my metaphors?
Well, as long as you don't try and hide a leopard in a crowd.
I won't ever do that.
We are very literal here.
Glad I came on and got the advice.
Yes. I'm glad I put... We're out of time, actually. Do you fancy a mouth organ awkward pause, or do you want to go for the big...
I think I'm really up for the awkward pause, actually. I think I've been building up...
It's a terribly English show. Would you like to go for the regular American awkward pause, or do you want to go for the Downton Abbey awkward pause?
I don't know what that looks like.
I don't know either, but let's try.
All right, how does it go?
I think you're just doing a regular awkward pause. Welcome back to Stars Without Their Makeup. I'm Liza Minnelli. My next guest is the West Coast news editor of Entertainment Weekly, the lovely Lynette Rice. Everybody, Lynette. Hello, Lynette.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very good. I'm very good.
You are very good.
I'm
You look
good.
well. I like your sweater.
Thank you so much. Oh, I just touched my boobs.
That's kind of interesting. Like, so if someone says, like your pants, you go, thanks very much. Now, listen, you cover the TV shows, don't you?
I cover the big TV shows.
Right, so you'll know about the Downton Abbey. Jeff and I, we've gone Downton Abbey crazy here.
You're so nice to that show. That's so nice of you.
We've got Downton Abbey fever. It's awesome. It's like, I do declare.
Well, what do the execs at CBS say when you're touting that show? I mean, like,
I
what?
don't listen to the execs at CBS. What are they going to say to me anyway? Who are you, Sonny? That's what they say.
I don't know if it's sweeping the country just yet. I mean, the numbers are great.
Right.
But it's still a PBS show. I think there's still plenty of people who don't know where to find it.
Right.
But
It's on PBS.
It's on PBS.
Right, right.
But where do you find PBS on your dial? I mean...
Oh, I don't know. I only watch CBS.
I mean, yeah. That was an excellent answer.
So what are the big hot shows then for this this time of year? What is this, mid-season, I guess?
This
it
is mid-season. It's like television takes an Etch-a-Sketch and shakes it and said, okay, we're going to start over.
Right.
And so there's a whole new crop of shows. And this time there's some exciting shows. I mean, if you think back to what started in the fall, you know, the Charlie's Angels and Playboy Club.
Oh, yeah,
just
they're
talking
great.
about it.
They're all still on, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all gone.
Yeah.
So now there's new stuff, and it's more high concept,
Alcatraz?
very high concept.
Yeah.
And there's a new show called Smash, lots of singing, that's on NBC.
I'm not familiar with that. Is it like Glee?
Well, they swear it's not like Glee. It's...
So it's exactly the same then as Glee, probably.
In this case, they're putting on a show. They're doing a show about Maryland, so everyone tries out. So you watch them preparing this musical about Maryland. And Catherine McPhee from Idol, American Idol,
Right.
is one of the stars.
I'm not familiar with that show either.
No, it's a little...
Yeah. Do you watch those shows, the reality
Idol?
shows and the competition shows and stuff?
Well, I will watch, it starts this week, American Idol, and I will watch it. I don't watch a lot of it because I start to feel really bad during the audition process.
That's the worst part of it. Yeah, it's when they bring people in who are delusional and make fun of them.
And they still do that. And they still do that, and you feel so bad because these people,
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's awful. There's some of these people you think, oh, bless you, you need a cup of tea.
I know. Well, I think when they develop reality shows, they think they do so well because folks at home feel better than those who are in the reality shows.
Right,
It's
Kardashians and stuff. You watch these people and you go,
It's like,
"Phew, I'm glad I'm not that."
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you watch the Kardashian show?
No, I don't.
No, I haven't either. But I do have a go at it just because I feel like I should. But
Yeah.
I haven't really. I've seen bits of it.
No, I don't.
Yes, I've seen the ass. That's all I've seen.
Well, I went to the Globes the other night and...
Golden Globes?
The Golden Globes.
Right, okay.
And so there's all the parties afterwards, and that's when all the stars come that didn't make it into, get a ticket.
Right.
And I walked into the Miramax party
How
and...
big a star are you if you don't get a ticket for Golden Globes? That doesn't make you a star. That makes you like an intern or something. Not that there's anything wrong with the intern. Don't let them make my coffee.
Well, I was walking into the Miramax party, and Kim Kardashian came in, and I knew the publicist, and so she introduced us, and so that was the first time I was able to share a few words, which I asked her about her earrings because they were super heavy, and so my first question was, are those heavy? And then she turned around.
Man, you really went.
And
right
I went.
to it there.
Deep.
So it's like that. It's like that's that old-timey reporting. You don't see enough of that anymore.
What the hell am I going to ask her?
I don't know.
So she turns around and she walks down the hallway, and it's astounding the kind of attention she draws because there's people lined up and down, and oh my God, it's like the president's walking by, which is frightening. But I'm behind her, and this is the first time I've really...
Oh, you've seen it?
No, this is the first time.
Yeah, I have had a similar view of it, but I'm kind of old school because I was like maybe 7 or 8 years ago. I went to this event and I was sitting in the seats, and Jennifer Lopez was sitting up the row further up the seats, and she came in late, and I had to sit back in my seat as she went by. And it came this close, it went by, and I swear I heard this. Da, 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 da. And I was like, This is awesome. So I'm more J-Lo than Cam, I gotta say. I
Yeah.
know I'm kind of old school, but that's the way it is.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah. That's it then? That's it for this season? Kim Kardashian's ass and a couple of shows on Fox or something?
No, there's a new show on ABC called The River, and it's by the dude who did the Paranormal Activity movies.
Oh, that'll be good.
So it's the handheld, shaky camera thing, and...
That'll not be so good.
Well, they say they're going to pull it back a little bit, but that looks exciting.
Okay.
And then there's Rob on CBS.
What's that?
Rob...
I'm serious, what is it?
Oh, really? Rob Schneider, he has a new... It's based on his
Rob
life.
Schneider's a show on CBS.
You swear you don't know?
Yo, what a great idea.
It's
yeah.
based on his own life. He married a hot...
Perfect!
Yeah. He married a hot Latina after a couple weeks, months of dating. And so this is based on his marriage. And in it, he marries a hot Latina, and he meets her big Mexican-American family.
Uh-oh!
Comedy ensues!
Cheech Marin in it?
Yeah, he is.
Yes! No!
You swear you don't know that? Yeah, he's the father-in-law. Yeah.
I'm kidding, I knew that. Yeah. No, there you go. Well, that sounds nice. Do you watch the... You never told me if you watched Downton Abbey.
I watched the Downton Abbey.
You like it?
I love that show. I have a
pretty
crush
good.
on Mr. Bates.
Oh, yeah. I think he killed his wife, though.
How far in are you in the new season, are you?
You know what?
All right, did you get it early? Did you get the
I
whole
saw it
thing?
in Britain. Oops.
Oh,
Spoiler
so you've
alert.
already seen the second season.
What did we learn on the show tonight, Craig?
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Craig, if this is the Downton Abbey show, then your necktie is undone. It doesn't seem to be fitting with the theme of the evening. Well, that's just where you're wrong. Oh, sorry, Jeff. Because I learned from Colin Firth that underneath the English cold exterior beats a very hot genital. Only one. One genital. And his name is Simon. Craig, are you implying there's an Englishman called Simon who's a genital? Well, he certainly is a tool of some description, isn't he? See what I did?
I certainly do.
Yeah. Now, do you have anything to say for yourself, you bony little rascal?
Yes, I'd like to go pick some cherries from the cherry tree.
Ah, yeah. Well, I think there's a few, yes. What I find amusing about cherry is that very often one of them is a different size to the other one.
That's very, very true.
And by that I mean, of course, genital. Only one.
We'll be here all night.
We haven't. It just seems like we've been here all night. Say good night, Jeffrey.
Good night, Jeffrey.
Good night, everyone.